PrizePicks is giving away free money. Not only are they giving you free money to sign up and give it a try, they're also giving away free money through the entries themselves. They have Dustin Poirier at a half of a significant strike. If this dude sneezes hard, lands one punch, that line hits, and you will get paid. My name is Angelo. This is We Want Picks, and I'm going to give you my PrizePicks entry for UFC 302. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say more or less than the numbers you see on the screen, and if you are correct, you can 10 times your money. You can tie it together with some other things, boost that, tie it in with other sports, and make some very real money. It's a ton of fun. It is super easy, and it is available today by you, and they'll give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do to get that free money is go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. Use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $10, they'll give you $10. If you give them $100, they'll give you $100 instantly that you can use to build an entry. And you can take that money. You could say Dustin Poirier lands a half of a strike, and then add another one of these entries in there, and then bingo bongo. Can't think of anything else that rhymes with that. You're out of here, and you won. In all seriousness, no. When we get these gifts on the pay-per-views, we need to use these gifts. First, wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, promo code WWP. Second, let me go ahead and build my entry. Anything I do, anything you do, you need to have the more on significant strikes on Dustin. You need that in there. You need the boost, okay? It's just that simple. What I would do is I would do the more than a half a significant strike on Dustin Poirier. And then I would go ahead and add what other legs you're confident in, your most confident legs, and then juice the absolute hell out of it. But let's go ahead and talk about the other legs that I'm confident in. Obviously, the Dustin more than a half is a gift. It's literally a gift to get you in here, to sign you up, and get you playing. The only other significant strike line that I do like here is Grant Dawson's. And you're going to say, well, Grant Dawson is just a nonstop, boring grappler. Grant Dawson, in all likelihood, ends up in a 15-minute fight. So you're going to be doing the more. No, I'm doing the less. If you run through Grant Dawson's fight history, if you run through Grant Dawson's statistics, he has barely ever gotten past this number. Barely ever. Because he ends up in grappling-only matches. Most people do not consider strikes on the ground significant, so those don't go to this. And then all the other exchanges are literally rolling, control time, and working through all of that. Grant Dawson is fighting another grappler. This will be a grapple fest. I do not see Grant Dawson landing a ton of significant strikes. Frankly, he could also get knocked out almost instantly like he did in his last fight. I like the less than 33.5 significant strikes on him. We got a whole bunch of fighters. What PrizePicks has done for this event, which they have not done for any other event that I can remember, is they have basically every fighter on this card. Typically, they'll pick and choose who they like, but they have every single fighter and their significant strike lines listed here for you. The Jolton Almeida one, anytime you get a number that low, it's always enticing, but the reality is he's had fights that he has won with the landing one significant strike. 4 significant strikes. So you kind of just got to leave that one alone. The rest of these, Dustin Poirier, 25.5. The more on that is the real line. That's the original line. And I still think the more on that is good, but we don't need to worry about it because we have the more on a half as part of that promo. Let's go ahead and move to fight time minutes. Obviously, they don't have every fighter on here because fighters fight each other, but we have 10 fights on here. And the reality is, I don't love all of these. The Sean Strickland fight, in all likelihood, probably goes to a decision. You could do the more there. If you notice, they left out the guarantee of the card, the Ailin, Perez, Joselyne Edwards fight. That's the only one not on here. If that was on here, we obviously would add that more. But the round line that I do like here is the more than 10.5 fight minutes on Bassil Hafez. The reality is Bassil Hafez is tough and durable. Mickey Gall is tough and durable. 10.5 fight minutes, we just need a half of a minute into the third round. As long as that third round starts, we're good. We need 30 seconds into the third round, and we'll get paid. And I think we will be good there. I do think this probably goes to a decision or close to it. They're both tough. They're both durable. They're both going to swing. There'll be some grappling exchanges. I think we're good with that line, so we're going to go ahead and add that. The rest of these are tricky. Randy Brown's fighting a really old but durable guy, and we're going to find out how old he is. Elijah Zaleski was dropped in his last fight. He survived. The fight ended up going long, and he looked really good, but he still was dropped early, and maybe Randy Brown can get him out of there. Same with Sean Strickland. That fight should go to the distance. It should. But, we're talking 5 rounds with 2 dudes that will go at it. We have seen Sean Strickland chin before. Not often, but we have seen it happen. So we're going to leave that alone. And the main event's another tricky one. 10 fight minutes. I do think it probably goes a little longer. But look what Islam did to Charles Oliveira. He could literally just take him down, get Dustin in a position, and then submit him from there. So we're going to leave the rest of these alone. We will go to Fantasy Score. I don't love Fantasy Score. They do have their own scoring chart. If we take a look, this is how they're accumulating fantasy points. You get points for significant strikes, takedowns. What is nice is takedowns defended, also submission attempts, and then there's scoring bonuses for how a fight wins. What I do like to do, if there's somebody on here that I'm positive will be defending takedowns left and right, they're fighting a boring nonsense grappler and they will be defending tons of takedowns, I like to hit that because that does score points here, but I don't see that anywhere. I don't think Jonathan Almeida is going to defend any takedowns. I think he'll get his own, and I think he's going to smash Romanov. The more on his fantasy points is something that you could consider if you like. Grant Dawson, the more on his is also something that you could consider because the reality is Grant Dawson will shoot 1,000 takedowns. He will have, a lot of top work and stuff. The only thing that doesn't work well for him here in PrizePicks is this is not DraftKings. You do not get points for control time, just for the takedown itself. So we're going to leave these alone. Ailin Perez, the more on hers could look amazing. If she shows up and gets those 6 takedowns per fight that she averages, then obviously 77.5 points is going to look amazing. You're not going to get a finish bonus, though. But let's go to takedowns. We're going to go ahead and do the more than 3 on Jonathan Almeida. That's what Jonathan Almeida does. That's what he does. He just took down Curtis Blaydes 9 times in 5 minutes. 9 times. We need him to do 1/3 of the work that he did in his last fight, and we will be good. So I like the more than 3 takedowns on Jonathan Almeida. I think Romanov can stand up. I don't think it's just going to be 1 takedown from Jalton and then he'll maul him. Jalton doesn't have the best control, which is why he has to take people down over and over again. Islam, 3 takedowns. Man, that's tricky. That's tricky. I'm going to leave that alone because, like I said, the same reference I used before. He didn't need to take down Charles Oliveira 3 times. And Charles Oliveira is the most dangerous submission guy in that division, in all of the UFC. And Islam still took him down and submitted him with relative ease. So we're going to leave that alone. Grant Dawson, 3 takedowns. That's probably good. The over 3 on his is probably good as well because that's what he does. He averages quite a few takedowns. He comes forward, he shoots, he's a wet blanket. He gets you from there. I'm not going to touch the Randy Brown one or the Andre Lima one, but let's go ahead and ride with this entry. I do already have it placed, but let's go ahead and look at it because we got the Dustin bonus here. $20 to win $200. We got Dustin Poirier more than a half of a significant strike. Grant Dawson less than 33.5 significant strikes. Bassil Hafez more than 10.5 fight minutes. And Jonathan Almeida to get more than 3 takedowns. Guys, this is my entry. If you love it, great. If you hate it, that's fine too. The one thing you do need to do is use this more than a half a significant strike on Dustin Poirier. Pair it with your most confident pick. And then throw a bunch of money at it because we only get these gifts for certain pay-per-views. You don't always get those juice lines week in and week out. Go get your free money though. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks. Promo code WWP. Let them match the deposit. Let us get a little bit of credit for that. Good luck. Enjoy. PrizePicks is a ton of fun. And I hope you make some money this weekend.